welcome back to Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, we will be doing the Sublimation Clack Fans. I know that with Beyonce starting her tour, these are very popular right now. And so I did get my hands on some when Atlanta Vinyl dropped the email that they had them in stock. I went ahead and purchased them. They do come in a 10-pack. I'll make sure I leave a link for these fans down below. All of my materials, because you will have to add the double sided tape separately. So I will give you my recommendation in the description box as well. But these are super easy to do. I actually thought they were going to be harder than they were, but we're just sublimating and then sticking them on the fans with the double-sided tape. Super simple projects. I am going to be using 13 by 19 paper with my wide format sublimation printer, so I only have to piece together 2 pieces of paper. But yeah, this is what we are doing today, guys, so definitely go ahead and stick around for that. All right, guys, so we're starting off on the computer here. I'm going to show you how to use the template that I created for this project as well, if you decide to purchase it, as well as how to chop it up in Canva. If you're going to do the 2 pages, which is, like I said in the beginning, I am doing 13 by 19 paper, so I'm only going to need 2 pieces of paper. So if you are to purchase my template, you are going to receive a PDF file that looks like this. Okay, this is exactly what it's going to say. This is the link. You have to click the link inside of the PDF file. Okay, so right here where it says link, link, link in red, we're going to click that and it's going to take us right to the template. So this is the template here. We're going to go ahead and edit when you receive it, because it's allowing me to edit the template because I'm the template creator, but we're going to use this template for a new design. Once you receive it, this is how it's going to look. It is going to be, just the frame. If the picture is in the frame, all you have to do is click it, delete it. This is your frame here. It's a 25 by 13, which if you are using the Atlanta Vinyl fans, that is the size of the fan. I don't know about the sizes of other companies or if you order them from somewhere else. But if you get them from Atlanta Vinyl, 25 by 13 should be a good size for you. All we're simply going to do is you're going to get a picture of your choice. You want to get something that is more wide than it is long, okay? Because again, you don't want to have your image cut off. So I made this image in Dreamlab, okay? The prompt for it was like a 90s themed with it said black girl 90s themed with neon colors wearing gold accessories or something like that. But I created this image in Dreamlab. If you have an image, again, you want this to be a more horizontal layout when you do this project versus a vertical. You'll just be able to get more of your image inside of this frame here. So this is the image. This is what it looks like before I even drag and drop it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and delete this just to show you when you receive your template, you're simply going to go over to your uploads. You're going to get your image here. We're going to drag and it drops right into our template. Okay, just like that. Now to download it, we're going to go up to share. We're going to go to download. And then we want to download as a PNG. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do, because so you can either download it like this. There are ways where you can set up your printer to tile print for you. That's an option. I always forget how to do it and I never feel like going back to try to figure out how to do it. So I just do it in Canva because it's easier for me. But you can download your image just like this if you plan to use your printer settings to do the tile printing. That's one option. Like I said, for me, I'm going to go ahead and chop this image up in Canva. So the first thing I need to do is I need to download it from the frame. So we are going to size this all the way up. This is the resolution. We want a transparent background, and then I'm going to download. Now I'm going to go out of the template. Actually, I don't need to. I'm going to add a page from the template. Once my image downloads, it's not downloading. Let's try that again. Okay, there it is. So here's my image. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drag and drop my image into my upload section. And here's my image here. So now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to chop it up. So first thing you want to do is you want to make sure it's 25 by 13. To do that, we're going to take this nodule here and we're going to drag it out. If you see that box there where it has a W, it has some numbers, and then it has an H and some numbers. That's your width and your height. So you want the width to be 25. We're going to drag this out all the way until it says 25. Once we hit 25, it automatically, the height automatically adjusts to 13. Now what I'm going to do, this is completely edge to edge on this canvas here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nodule here and I'm going to drag this in. Actually, I'm sorry. We need to duplicate this page. So duplicate the page first. We're going to go to the first page. We're going to take this nodule and we are going to drag it all the way in until we meet the center. Now, how do you know you meet the center? There is going to be a solid pink line that pops up once you meet the center. And there it is. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but I can see it. You kind of see how my cursor is like clicking into place. That is the solid pink line. That is like letting me know that is the center of the picture. You want to drag it until it gets to the center of the picture where your image just kind of clicks into place. Now we're going to go to the second image and we're going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to go on the left side and we are going to, drag the nodule in until we meet the center of the page and it clicks with that solid pink line. And there it is. Again, I don't know if you're able to pick it up on the computer, but I can see it with my naked eye. Okay. Now I'm going to drag this up to the top. I just want to make sure that it aligns. That looks perfect. Okay. So now we have our two sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download each page separately. So I'm going to go up to share. We're going to go to download. Again, we want the resolution all the way up with the transparent background. We are going to download page 2. And we're going to download page 3. Now I'm going to drag these onto my desktop. So that's the first side there. And then this will be the second side. Where is my other page? Page 3. I don't see it. Let's download it again. Okay, there's my second page. Now I'm going to go to Silhouette Studio. My page is already set up to print by 13 by 19, but you just want to make sure this is my print border for, again, my 13 by 19 paper. I'm going to go up to File. We're going to go to Merge. And then I'm going to bring in the two sides. Because we made sure the resolution was all the way up. That is why it was taking a little bit longer to come in. But again, you want to make sure you do that resolution because if you have to make it bigger, you don't want to lose any of the print effect or the resolution once you make it bigger. I'm going to add in the other half. Now, Silhouette Studio brings in the images with this kind of red outline. Let me zoom in so maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can see right here, there's like a red outline. I don't want that. So I'm going to select the image. I'm going to go up here to where the outline is, and we're going to hit that transparent button, and now it's gone. We're going to do the same thing for this because again, it does have that red outline, and we're going to take that away. And now we're going to zoom back out. We just want to line these up, make sure they are the same size. They line up pretty good. I'm going to drag and highlight both of these, and we want to check the size. So if you see here, it says 24 by 995. I'm just going to drag this out a hair to make sure it's a good 25 by 13. Okay. Let me zoom out. Now I'm going to print them on two separate pieces of paper. So I'm going to align this. You may have to turn it just a little bit to get it to fit in the 13 by 19 paper. So now it'll fit inside the print border, okay? So once this one is printed, I would just move it out the way and then put this one over. Again, tilt it a little bit just to make sure it fits on the paper, like within the print border. And then I would print that one as well. Let me show you my print settings really quickly. And then I'm going to get these printed out and then we will start putting them together. So I do have my drivers installed. The drivers are when you first get your printer, it's basically the software. So this is, I'm going to select my printer, which is my Sublimation 8550. I'm going to select preferences. My paper source is I'm going to leave it on auto. I'm going to do the Super B, which is the 13 by 19 printing. It's going to be on borderless portrait. I am using premium photo paper glossy, and then the color is on color and the quality is on high. If I go over to more options, I do have my mirror image checked, and then the bidirectional printing, turn that off. I tend to get better prints when I turn this off. It's all about preference, I guess, but for me, I just like it better when the bidirectional or the fast printing is turned off. Those are my settings. I click OK, and then I'm going to click make sure I click apply, and then I'm going to go ahead and print. So I'm going to get these printed out. I will meet you over my craft table, and we will start putting these together. All right, so I have my image printed out and I have my materials here. I'm just going to quickly kind of go over what I'm using today. So these are this is the Clack fan that I have. I did get this from Atlanta Vinyl. I'll make sure I have everything linked down below. Now, the ones from Atlanta Vinyl do not come with a double-sided tape. That has to be purchased separately. I did happen to have a 3M adhesive tape roll on hand, so this is what I use, and I just kind of cut it into strips. However, they do have like double-sided tape on Amazon that is skinnier, and all you would have to do is just cut it kind of like a piece of tape. I'll make sure I leave that one linked. This one is a little bit harder to work with. Again, it was just what I had on hand, so that's why I used it. But the one that would be easier to use with these Clack fans, I'll make sure I leave link down below for you guys. But you just place the tape right on the fan, and that is how you get the polyester fabric to, after you sublimated it, to stick to the fan, is the double-sided tape. I've already put it, for the most part, all the way through. I have 2 more pieces to do, and I'll do that with you guys here on camera so that you can see it. This is the polyester fabric here that we are going to sublimate. This is exactly how it comes. I don't have to do anything to it. What I did do was I did already pre-press it because it comes folded up, so it kind of has like lines and wrinkles in it. So I did already pre-press it at 300 degrees for 10 seconds just to make sure there's no moisture and there are no wrinkles, because I'm gonna have to piece together my image. Like I showed you on the computer, I have 2 pieces here. I use 13 by 19 paper. That way I would only have to use 2 pieces of paper to tape together. And so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Y'all, my print is actually not the best it's ever been. My printer is like really on the fritz. I don't know why, but it is. I'm really considering getting like the big Epson sublimation printer. I think it's the 570. I'm really considering getting that, you guys, because I'm just getting so tired of converted printers. They stress me out. But basically what I'm going to do here is I am going to piece this together. Now, what I did was I left, so on this side, or right here, I cut it all the way to the color. On this side, I left a little bit of a white lip here because I want this to have kind of like a little bridge to lay on while I'm taping it together so that we don't unintentionally kind of create a gap in between the two images. So anytime I have to piece together images, I do make sure one of them has a little bit of the white ridge so that this has kind of something to lay on top of to make it easier for us to line up. I also left some white up here at the top because I need to place a piece of tape on here to tape it once I have it lined up, because I have to flip it over and then I have to tape it again, and I don't want it to move once I have it lined up. So I did leave some white on the top as well. Realistically, I should have left some white down here on the bottom as well for that, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and piece together these two pieces. I did cut a little bit too close. So I'm gonna have a little bit of misalignment, but I'm okay with that. Because it's for me, but I know exactly what the problem was. I just cut a little too close, that's all. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place the tape here. And I'm gonna place a small piece of tape here as well so that I can flip it over. And now I'm gonna make sure that the back is nice and taped. I'm gonna put just two pieces and then I'm gonna turn it back over just to double check, make sure nothing misaligned when I flipped it. Okay, everything still looks pretty good. So I'm going to finish taping the seam here. Okay, and then I'm gonna flip it over and I'm just gonna try to gently remove this piece of tape off of the color part. You wanna do this gently because you don't wanna pull any of the ink off. Okay. All right, we are all taped. I don't need to remove this piece because it's on the white part. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive spray to put on. I don't actually want to put any tape. I don't want to tape this down because I don't want it to shift. I'm going to use a little bit of basting spray. I did do this already and I used the basting spray and it came out really good. The trick with this is that you cannot, it's imperative that you do not use too much because it will affect the color being properly sublimated onto your fabric. So you want to be so light with this, like so light. Like that's literally it. Okay. And then you want to make sure it's nice and lined up. So this side of the fan, because it's going to be tucked underneath this part, if you end up having a little bit of a white piece on the one side that has to be tucked, it's okay because it will not be seen, because again, it has to be tucked. And then you just want to make sure it is nice and smooth. There's no wrinkles. Okay. And because we use the adhesive, I don't need to really tape it. Okay, my heat press is on 350. I'm still waiting for it to get up to 400 degrees. Once it does, I'll come back and we will press it together. All right, so my heat press is set to 400 degrees. I am using my Racoma 16 by 20. This is the biggest press that I have. You want to try to use the biggest press that you have when doing this, just because it is a larger project. I have 2 pieces of butcher paper here just to make sure I'm protecting my plates. I'm not going to cover this with butcher paper just because with my press, I don't necessarily feel like I need to cover it, but I'm going to have to do 2 presses. So the first one, I'm going to bring it up as close to the edge as I can without going over. You want to make sure everything gets a nice amount of pressure. I'm going to go ahead and close it just like this, no extra butcher paper. And then I'm going to press this for 50 seconds, 50, at 400 degrees. And then we are going to shift it up so that this piece, because there's a piece here that's not being pressed, we want to make sure that this gets pressed as well, same time and temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and finish pressing this. I will come back when we're ready to peel. All right, so the second press is about to be done, and then we can go ahead and peel. This was the first one. It's already looking really, really good. As you can see, this is why we wanted to have the butcher paper. That ink, you just don't want to get that on your plate. Okay, we're gonna go on back over to my craft table and then we'll go ahead and peel it. All right, so I know we can see the sublimation print like pretty good already, but this is actually the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel it, and hopefully you can see the color difference because this is the front. OMG. Look how good that looks. So the seam, you can see my seam just a little bit right here. Hopefully the camera is picking it up. You can see it just a little bit right here. So it's not completely flawless. And then you can see where I kind of overcut it just a hair right here. So minor little tweaks and it would be perfect, but the color looks absolutely amazing. Look how vibrant that is. Even with my my print being a little bit duller than I normally like, it still came out so good. Look how vibrant that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we have the fan part done. It looks really good. Now I'm going to show you how to put the 3M pieces on the other 2 parts. This is the last part. This is the part where it kind of gets tucked under. So I'm going to do this one last. I have to put a piece of 3M on this one. But basically what you want to do, or the way that I found it easiest, was kind of laying it out on the table. And just kind of, these 2 end pieces are going to be straight out. And then the one that's in the middle is going to be straight up. Okay, so this one is in the middle. It's going to be straight up. These are straight out. And then the rest of them are just going to kind of fall in line equally in between those. Okay, so you want to kind of just space them out how you think they should go. That looks pretty good. What I found to be easiest for me was to pull the tape one by one. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to pull one piece of the backing off. This is going to be my first piece of tape to get it lined up. And this edge here is what is going to be lined up right there. And then I'm going to press it down with my fingers. And then again, you just kind of want to lay it on the fan. Okay, and now I'm going to pull the next backing off. And then lay the fan down. And push it down with my fingers. Making sure all these little sticks kind of stay in line. And we'll just keep going around. Okay, so now I'm at the last two pieces here. This is the strip 3M that I already cut, and you're basically just going to place it on there, push it down with your fingers, and then you peel the backing off. Super easy. I think I might have misaligned my fan just a hair, but it's okay. Now for the last one that has to be tucked under, we're gonna flip it over and put it on this side. And then it's going to fold over like this. Okay. So we're gonna peel the backing off. We're gonna fold it over. It doesn't have to be too much. Fold it over and then stick it to that side. That's why I said, like, there's a little bit of a white showing on this part right here, but it's okay because this is the piece that got folded over. Okay. And that's it. Here's our fan. Because I've pressed it so many times, it's like super straight. So we'll probably have to, you know, just kind of crinkle it in a little bit to get it to fold back down because the fabric is so straight. But there's our fan. Looks really good. That's the one we just did. And then, uh-oh, I just dropped on my paper. This was the one that I did for Instagram. It's just a picture of me and my husband. But yeah, these are super easy. And they definitely make that clack noise. Okay, for sure. Like I said in the beginning, all materials will be linked down in the description box below. But this is all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time. Bye, guys.